In today's world, we kind of live in a hyper reality because everything is amplified. It's like we are living under a lens that is always conditioned to be in a zoomed format, let's say. Because everything we see is uh, is about the best, or at least the perceived best that life has. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, no one will post in their social media about their daily life, about their struggles, their hardships, the the less than perfect moments of their life. No one, and absolutely no one, will post anything pertaining to that. People will only want to post their vacations, some trip they made, some expensive purchase that they did, and things like that. So again, this creates a kind of hyper reality where everything is amplified and everything shown is only the best uh, that there is in life, or at least the best uh, for materialistic people. Because if you are not that materialistic, you don't really understand this that way. You don't really believe that having an expensive car or watch or clothes or going on an expensive trip, you don't really believe that that's the apex of life. But for materialistic people, and unfortunately, the vast majority of people nowadays are very materialistic, that is indeed the the most grand expression of success. So, having said that, everyone tries to show that they are successful. Everyone tries to show that they are rich. Everyone tries to show others that they are accompanied by the most beautiful people, that they wear the most expensive clothes, that they are, in short, the best in their eyes. And so people see this and they try to emulate it. So everyone nowadays, if you think about it, everyone, or a vast majority of people, they want to be singers, they want to be models, they want to be influencers, they want to be uh, work with Instagram or with some social media of the sort. They want to be an actor or an actress or a model or something like that. Everyone wants to uh, be a part of this glamorous life that is glorified in in the internet, basically. And that's where the invisible men come in, because if you are not that, if you are not like that, if you are an individual that simply has a regular job and tries to have a regular life and tries to fend for himself and for his family and just tries to live within his or her own means, then you are treated like you are nothing nowadays. Then you are treated like someone who didn't made it, who weren't really worth the time to talk to, because everything less than that apex expression of success is basically nothing nowadays. So we live in a culture of all or nothing, basically. Whether you are a famous actor or model or influencer or something like that, or you are nothing in society. There's no middle ground, there's no middle term, there's no um, nuance in that aspect. You just are, or you are not. And so a simple man that tries to live his life, to just live his life in an honest manner, is ignored by society. And the funny thing is that many of these men, they really do the jobs that are really needed in society. Because let's face it, as glamorous as the profession of model or actor can be, or singer, they are not really needed in our society. Our societies would still stand without models or singers. But our societies would not stand without plumbers, without carpenters, without electricians, or other sort of technicians. Our societies would fall, or would be uh, a much less desirable place to be if there weren't for uh, people that would collect waste and trash. So these more simple professions that are more useful than the glamorous ones are now perceived as a failure, as nothing, as something to be ignored. And these men who perform these jobs, who try to be an honest human being, are just relegated to the corners of society. They are shunned, and sometimes they are even humiliated. This is a sign of a very toxic society, but unfortunately, those are the majority of societies nowadays in the Western world. Another expression of the invisible man is in the field of dating. Because with the advent of dating apps, what happened is that basically women started to get a lot of attention from men. Uh, if you take a closer look at it, the average woman can just open her Instagram application and post some photo, and she would have a string of men that would try to be with her, would try to talk with her, would give her loads of attention. The male experience is very different. Nobody really cares about men, and if a man posts something meaningful, something with more taste, he is usually ignored. He can post something that is really food for thought, and only one or two people will see it, and basically it will be lost to the depth of the internet. So women with all this attention, they became more picky, so or pickier, and what happened is that they started to ignore the vast majority of men. That's why people talk about the 80-20 rule, because there were some studies and some experiments that arrived to the conclusion that the vast majority of women, the average woman, thinks that 80% of men are not worthy of their time. 80% of men are below average in their eyes, and so they are ignored. And there are even some people that say that this 80-20 rule is more a 90-10 rule. So they ignore 90% of men only to favor 10% of them. And so again, the average man, the man who tries, the man who is not Brad Pitt, who is not a male model, but that tries to have a clean and presentable appearance, is always ignored, always put aside. Why? Because again, we live in this hyper reality. We live in a competitive global market. The average man that strives to be someone in this community, who is a hardworking individual, with someone trustworthy, with someone honest, is being put aside because now he is competing with the rich and powerful men from all over the world. Why is that? Because of the internet. Because if a woman is receiving attention from actors, models, millionaires from all over the world, she will not pay attention to the more average guy that lives near her and tries to impress her. And so again, the average guy, the average man, the honest man is ignored, is turned into an invisible man. He's not literally an invisible man, but he is perceived as an invisible man by women, by society, and even by work environments, because the honest man, the man who tries, the man who works, nowadays he doesn't climb the corporate ladder, because the corporate ladder, the majority of the time, don't want hardworking, loyal, dependable men. They want the ass kissers. They want the ones that engage in office politics. They want the dramatic ones, the ones who like intrigue, the ones who try to backstab their friends. Those are the ones who climb the corporate ladder. And those are the ones who end up in leadership positions. And again, what happens to the average man, the guy who is loyal, who is honest, the guy who really tried to went through university and tries to have a good performance? He's just ignored. Again, invisible. He's treated like nothing, like garbage, and sometimes disposed of. So again, he's invisible in the workplace. He's invisible in the dating market. He's invisible in society. Those are the new invisible men. And may this video and videos like that serve for them to finally become visible. If you like this, I ask if you can like and subscribe. And having said all that, may God bless you, and until the next one.